Hello everybody, this is Give Your Anxiety, bringing you guys another AoE 3 series. We're back in the GUA June 2020 subscriber tournament. We're on the round of 32 and we have minimoult versus Ezad. And this is going to be a really great series here. In the round of 32, there's a lot of series that are kind of like really one-sided, that, you know, the higher seeds going versus lower seeds. So a lot of the series in round 32 are kind of really one-sided, but going into round 16, they'll all be stacked. But this series right here is one of the couple that is really even and should be a very interesting series, minimoult versus Ezad. So I think everybody's really excited to see this series. And game one, we're getting the map Deccan, so definitely a strange one here. Alright, so let's go ahead. Let's get straight into this. We're going to spin the wheel for minimoult. Let's see what civilization minimoult gets here in game number one. Minimoult getting the Iroquois civilization. Let's go ahead and spin the wheel for Ezad. Let's see what civilization Ezad gets here in game number one. Ezad getting the Aztec civilization. Alright, minimoult playing as Iroquois and Ezad with the Aztec. This is a best of 5 and both players do get one civ respin per series. So you want to use that. It's valuable. You want to use it in a smart way. Don't want to waste it. Let's see if either player wants to do a civ respin game one. So somebody's asking in the chat, what is the map pool for this tournament? The map pool is only trading post maps, but every TP map in the game that has the UI work for observing. So every TP map in the game where observe mode can work, that is the map pool. And it's a random map every game, of course. So this is going to be an interesting one. Random civs, random maps. Players can definitely get put out of their element. And we're seeing minimoult pulling out the level 63 Iroquois home city, and Ezad pulling out the level 103 Aztec. Alright everybody, looks like we're ready to get into game one here in this best of 5 between minimoult and Ezad. Game one being played on Deccan. Minimoult playing as the Iroquois civilization and Ezad playing as the Aztec civilization. Oh boy, this is going to be an interesting one. Minimoult ranked as lieutenant colonel going into this, and Ezad ranked as a colonel. These are two really even players skill-wise, so this is going to be a great series. So really looking forward to this one. Now, this is something we have not seen many times. Euro versus Aztec on Deccan. What do players even do here? We will have to see what strategies come out here. Alright, here we go. Minimoult in the orange as the Iroquois civilization going for 100 food treasure and using his trivial to do some scouting here. And yeah, with Deccan, you start with a lot of food crates on the floor here, so it really changes up the strategies for civs and just how the game kind of goes. There's a lot more options you could potentially have since there's so many resources that you start with. Ezad going directly for a trading post here and a market. And minimoult building a market here. Let's see what he does with the trivial. I believe, yep, he's going to build a farm. So yeah, it's a smart thing. I think that's what Euro does on this map. What they should be doing. You can build a farm and it gives you more XP, and you'll have enough resources to build a house, and then you can put yaks on the farm. So smart opening. Let me fix the scores here. 0-0. This is game one. And Ezad being able to build a trading post, a market, and a fire pit, and a house here. And he's gonna get hunting dogs. So a lot you can do here on Deccan. Let's take a look at the players' decks here. Pretty standard deck here from the Aztec civilization. Does have his war chief cards in the deck. And let's see what minimoult's working with. That's another pretty standard deck here, what you would expect. Both players trying to collect the yaks here. 3 villagers being shipped for minimoult, standard stuff. And both players able to get hunting dogs in age 1. Eating some yaks here actually. Ezad eating a couple yaks or water buffaloes to speed up his age up even more. So that kind of indicates that he's probably going to want to be really aggressive, I think. He's already eating 2 yaks. I think he may want to put on some really early aggression here. Minimoult aging up himself right now. He does have just only 3 yaks, so not a whole lot, but he is able to get 3 yaks on the farm, and they will be slowly getting fattened. And minimoult actually going for his first trading post, so he did not build a trading post in age 1. Looks like minimoult's going to be the first one up to age 2 here, working on his herding. 40 wood treasure that is yet to be claimed. And it looks like Ezad's actually going to be going for a second TP here, so he may be trying to lock down this TP line, potentially going for like 3 TP stagecoach. His explorer is in position, waiting for him to get enough wood to build that trading post, and there he goes. Oh, look at this minimoult researching lumber ceremony. Not ceremony, yeah. So that's going to increase the gather rate on wood for your villagers. You don't always see that, especially like early on with the Eero, so pretty economic here. And he's doing a very defensive war hut, so that indicates that he's most likely trying to go up to age 3 here. He did the slow age up to age 2, and then we'll probably do a fast age up to age 3. So he's got his eyes on age 3 agenda. Meanwhile, Ezad walling up to prevent any early aggression, and yeah, it looks like he's going to probably try to lock down this TP and go for a 3 TP stagecoach, like I said. 5 villagers being shipped for minimoult, so both players going pretty greedy. 2 forward war huts here from the age up for Ezad, so yeah, that's really going to lock down this TP line. And unfortunately, minimoult didn't, well, I don't know, perhaps, I mean, I was going to say, unfortunately, minimoult didn't grab a TP on this line, but at the same time, it would have been easy to destroy, so maybe it's good that minimoult built his trading post over here. Aztec Explorer now starting to get shot at, but these war huts are about to go up, so going to not deny, but at least delay this trading post. But I think Ezad should be able to get it up kind of once these war huts get up, and it's a little much safer to try to build the trading post here. Minimoult trying to put on a little bit of aggression here, just try to deny the trading post. 5 villagers shipped for Ezad after the 700 wood. Great Feast. I forget which one, what this does. We'll have to go to the Twitch chat for that. It's one of the upgrades from and these war chief civilizations have a lot of very unique upgrades that you can get from like every building. Oh, and wow, okay, we actually have a lot of coyotes and now Tomahawk's being shipped for minimoult. So no, he's not going for the H3 agenda. He's gonna be putting some aggression on, it looks like. And Ezad also training a lot of units here. Minimoult using his animals to get a lot of scouting information. He sees the coyotes now. Aztec Explorer's moving forward. He did get that 3rd TP up, and Mace are now shipped. Is Zod going to push in here? Let's take a look at the recalculated eco 23 to 23, but we have 3 TPs to 1. So economically, Zod's looking quite a bit better here, we'd say. And Zod looking to push here where he's got a lot of coyotes. minimoult still has access to the big button. He doesn't have, you know, the resources for it right now, but he hasn't called big button yet, so it's nice that he still has that available to him. And minimoult's got a pretty good arm here too. Good amount of tomahawks and Ianas with his war chief. And these yaks are getting fed pretty quickly. They're, you know, approaching that 500 food pretty soon, and that'll be a big food boost. And that's where it'll be really easy to get that big one tomahawk. You got 3 fed yaks, 4 Kanye's being shipped, and they're going to go raid, which is actually really nice. Wow, a lot of very far exposed villagers here. And Ezad's pushing in, and this could be the perfect raid. When your opponent's pushing in, you raid. And, oh, he splits them up. Sending a couple of them back. Oh, they could have got like a game-changing raid here. minimoult sending a couple of them back. He really should have just kept them here. He was so close to killing so many villagers. Kind of overreacting to the raid, to the to the push here a bit. If he would have just kept all 4 Kanye here, that would have been massive. Pulling back 3 of them. It's still the single Kanye is going to do a good amount of work, killing at least 1 villager there. And potentially a second Vill going down, but the Vill punching is going to actually kill the Kanye. Oh, that would have been so huge if minimoult just kept all 4 Kanyes there. Looking at the recalculate eco, minimoult's 27 to 26, but the 3 TP is the 1. And a stable going down for minimoult now. And he is sending Kanye's back out there, and there's still nothing protecting these villagers, so they can still get a huge raid. But the coyotes are starting to kind of come this way. Oh, and the wall, tried to wall it off, but too late. Can cause some idle time here. And pick off at least 1 villager here. Let's see if he can target that low HP villager, and he is. Very good control from minimoult, finding that low HP vill. And he's killed 2 villagers, but now the coyotes are getting a surround on them. See if minimoult will be able to escape. Good micro there from minimoult, really nice. Sacrificing 1 that was already snared and escaping with the 2 other ones. Very nice from minimoult. 6 coyotes shipped for Ezad. Minimoult shipping the crates. Oh, and here we go. Ezad pushing. Both players pushing at the same time. And this is looking pretty good for Eero, I want to say. Ezad's sitting and fighting this, but there seems to be a lot of Eero units here, and a lot of mace at the same time. I mean, it's pretty even. There's a lot of Pumas popping. Yeah, I think ultimately Ezad's gonna have to retreat here. It was a fairly even trade. Ezad probably losing a little bit more there, and we do have 3 fattened yaks now though, so that's gonna be huge. It's gonna be 1,500 food that it's gonna collect pretty damn quickly, which can make getting the big button really easy, but minimoult has to see it. Okay, he does see it now, so that's good. And that could really help with his Kanye production and potential big button. Now building a fire pit. Both players just committing to the H2 here. There's a lot of Aztec units. Coyote Combat coming in. Oh, I'm going for his 320 XP charge. That is very nice. House is going to go down for minimoult, and he's nearly house, so definitely a little bit of annoyance there. Let's see if he can call big button in this fight. He's got the resources for it now after starting to eat these yaks, but needs to call it. Kanye is being trained here. Tomahawk's on the back line, unfortunately, right here behind the Iana, just trying to get onto the front line here. There we go. So a lot of food. He still hasn't called a big one, I believe. From the town center to get 5 tomahawks. Definitely looks like a little mistake. I don't see it. It would be here if he researched it, I believe. And I think this is looking good for Ezad here. Still a lot of coyotes left and no tomahawks. There's finally the big button, but it's so late. But a big pop at the same time. Big button with 5 Kanyes is still a pretty big pop. Obviously that big button would have been nice if it came sooner. He had the resources for it. And a lot of reinforcing coyotes. And minimoult calling the GG. And that is it. Game 1 going to Ezad. Close game there, but definitely looks like a little bit of a mistake there from minimoult. He had the resources stacked to call that big button like before like the fight really started. But just maybe didn't notice how quick his food was coming in from these yaks. And that big one could have helped quite a bit in that initial fight. Only never got this treasure, actually. That's also a little unfortunate. But there we go. Pretty close game. Game 1 going to Ezad in this best of 5. Alright, game 2 is going to be played on Florida. Let's go ahead and spin the wheel for minimoult. Let's see what civilization minimoult gets here in game number 2. Minimoult getting the Dutch civilization. New subscriber. RKKRR. Thank you for the subscription. Appreciate it, man. And let's go ahead and spin the wheel for Ezad. Let's see what civilization Ezad gets here in game number 2. Ezad getting the port. Alright, so minimoult's got to be very happy with this random civ spin here. Getting this is minimoult's main civilization, Dutch, so he's definitely got to be happy with that. And Ezad getting port here. It is Florida though, so port they could do some sea stuff on Florida. You never know. Alright, here we go. Getting into game 2 here. In this best of 5. Ezad's currently up 1-0. Game 2 being played on Florida. minimoult getting the Dutch civilization and Ezad getting the port civilization. So like I said, minimoult's got to be pretty happy with the civ he got here. Dutch is his main civilization, and Ezad getting Portuguese here. Ports could see some port water play though, so you know, port can be really good on water maps on a map like this, Florida. So Ezad may be pretty happy with his civ also. As we're loading in here into game 2. Alright, so on Florida you both start with market here. Alright, we have minimoult down the bottom in the orange color playing as Dutch, and Ezad up top in the red playing as Portuguese civilization. What do you guys think? Are we going to see some Port C play this game? Finding the native treasure very quickly, it's really nice. I feel like this treasure is always so underrated. Such a good treasure. If you use it correctly, the native. Oh, he's actually walking past it though. Looks like he maybe wants to see what else is out there. Kind of surprising. Maybe trying to find a wood treasure or something. Here's 75 wood, so also a very good treasure. And yeah, going for the wood treasure instead of the native here. And minimoult picking up the dog treasure. Having a dog join his army here. Envoy finding a 100 food treasure there. So Ezad getting a 75 wood treasure. I don't think he's gonna be able to do anything with that wood right now though. It's kind of gonna sit in the bank for the time being. Both players with hunted dogs researched. And now minimoult going for 100 coin treasure as a Dutch civilization. Very nice treasure to get. And let's take a look at these players' decks. What are we working with? Ezad, he does have water. He's got a lot of the water in his deck. And Colonial Militia. So it looks like he's ready for some water play. And so you look at minimoult's deck. He does have some water in himself, just ships though, just to kind of contest the water potentially, if it needs to come to that. So we may see a good old-fashioned land boom versus a water boom, perhaps. We do have a shipment on the way for Ezad. I'd be expecting Schooners to be shipped here. And yep, there we go. Schooners is shipped for Ezad, so he is going to play water. And that's interesting. Dutch, you know, they have a really good boom. But if you let water go uncontested, if that gets really scary. So I don't know what Minimoult's game plan is going to be here. Is he going to just try to do a land boom and like out boom Ezad, or is he going to go for like kind of a timing push? We'll have to see what these players go for here. Ezad now has his eyes on the native treasure. Minimoult picking up native wood treasure. And Minimoult using his envoy to keep a close eye on the coast. I think he did see these villagers walk past him, so try and track these villagers down. These Ezad's villagers walking very far to build this dock. Wants to kind of get control of the middle here, it looks like. And that's good. Minimoult knows what's going on. He knows that Ezad's going for the water play, so no surprises. And Minimoult building his first bank here. Both players on their way up to HC right now. Ezad getting gang saw. Oh, we got a villager on the coast. Is he just hurting? Yeah, looks like he's just hurting, not going for the dock. Oh, and we have the dog and Explorer waiting for that TC wagon, but Ezad not going on the shoreline, going more a little bit closer. Just kind of secure this hunt here, I suppose. Doesn't feel the need to put it on the coastline. Minimoult also researching gang saw here and building a barracks. So this is a pretty early barracks here, actually. Looks like he is going to want to put on the aggression. As perhaps he saw that the TC is away from the coast and it's, you know, not going to really be able to protect the coast. Maybe that makes Minimoult want to put a barracks down. And I'm thinking we're going to have pikes in queue here to start sieging down these docks. We already have 3 docks for Ezad here. A lot, and 4 fishing boats out. Oh my god, a 4th dock. Oh. And Minimoult's seeing this too, so he knows this is like an insane water boom. 4 docks feels like a little bit of an overkill, but yeah, that's a lot. These pikes could do a lot of damage. I mean, there's 4 docks to kill, so I don't know if they'd be able to kill 4 docks, but Ezad's going to have to find some way to stop these pikes. He could call Minutemen, which, you know, could be very useful. I don't think he's going to have any like warships being shipped right now. So, I mean, 4 docks, and it would take a very long time to siege down. So we're at 28 villagers to 22 right now. And I don't know, I feel like this is good for Ezad. Like, these pikes are just slowing down Ezad's eco. And I mean, he does have 10 pikes, but it's gonna be a while before he can kill these docks. He may kill like 2 docks, but then that's not even that big of a deal. We're probably gonna see Minutemen being called from Ezad eventually. Nope, just two caravels to kind of lock this down, and now these pikes are gonna be like useless. Oh, never mind, my bad. This is Minimoult's 2 caravels. Okay, so yeah, this is actually pretty good for Minimoult. We'll have to see if Ezad like has his caravels on the way, or if he went more greedy. If Ezad's like shipping something other than caravels, or it looks like he doesn't have a shipment available right now. Actually, I don't think he has one on the way. So this could potentially be really good for Minimoult. If we don't see any 2 caravels for Ezad soon, then it could get scary. But with 2 caravels coming, is this? No, that's 1 dock. It looks like, no, this is 2 docks. Yeah, oh my god, it looks like a single dock, but no, that's 2 docks right there. I mean, still no Minutemen though. I feel like the Minutemen kind of needed to be called to slow down these pikes. And now there's skirmishers, so now like the Minutemen wouldn't even be able to do anything really. I feel like Ezad's kind of missing a window. He does now have 2 caravels of his own though, and he's gonna win C. He'll for sure win C. And He's going to try to save this dock here. He's focusing the pikes right now, actually, to try to save the second dock, as he knows he'll eventually kill this caravel. It's really smart from Ezad. Just focus on killing the pikes here. Don't ignore this warship for it now. He's not doing it all the way. This one getting some more shots there, so the dock does go down. But, I mean, it slows down the water boom, but ultimately, Ezad's still going to have the water boom going. Minimoult does have a pretty good army here, though. But now he's no longer going to be able to kill these docks because there's 2 caravels from the Portuguese civilization. Now Minimoult's going to have to focus his aggression on the land part of it. So after all that's said and done, Ezad's in at 38 eco and Minimoult's at 31. And Ezad's still on the water with about to have 3 docks up and still going to have a lot of fishing boats and just shipping a rendering plant. So, yeah, this is kind of what I mean. Like, yeah, he killed a couple docks, but, like, did it really do anything or do much? Like, it slowed down Ezad's boom a little bit, but he still got much better eco. And these pikes, like, I don't know, if Ezad should probably just call Miniman now and kind of just shut these pikes down. Like, even just save the market. And you're still going to have like 1 million fishing boats now, and sea is just now 1 for Portuguese, basically. Bank wagon shipped for Minimoult is going to have 4 banks with this bank wagon. And Minimoult continue putting out some aggression. This would be pretty nice if you can kill the trading post. That's a good target, really. Ah, but there's the Minutemen. And it's going to force the pikes to retreat. Minimoult going to follow this up by going H3. It's gonna allow Ezad a lot of time to boom, but Minimoult could potentially get a timing push here where like he gets H3 and maybe pushes with like a bunch of cannons. And while Ezad's like stuck in H2, so we'll have to see if that's the case here. As Ezad's really far away from H3. I think he's starting to like gather for H3, but it's gonna be a long time. I mean, he's got a really good eco with all these fishing boats, but it's gonna be a while before Ezad's aging up. And Minimoult about a third of the way up to H3 right now. And he does have the artillery foundation. Nice. So this is what I like this. This is actually really good for Minimoult. And I think this exact timing actually could be really, really good for Minimoult. He's already got an artillery foundation up. And he can just really prioritize cannons when he ages up. And then he could potentially like ship a frig and like pop 5 cannons. And then have a real threat to all these fishing boats here. Market being rebuilt for Ezad here. And it feels like Ezad's maybe over booming. He's going to start aging now. So he still has he has the fast age up, right? So I guess he's going to be H3 pretty soon actually. And Minimoult's very kind of slowly getting up to H3. So it's not that much different, I suppose. And he just has a much better eco, 68 to 43. Now building a stable. I don't know if I like this. Minimoult built a dock and trained a single caravel. It's going to slow down his aggression by quite a bit, I think. He did age up and he got a caravel from the age up, which is kind of nice, actually. Yes, it does. Well, yeah, he may lose his caravel if he's not careful. Let's take a look at what's in queue. 3 hussars in queue for Ezad. Meanwhile, no cannons. There we go. 2 cannons now in queue for Minimoult. But oh man, like Minimoult's entire army is pure. Like there's no anti-cav. He might just have like cannons and like skirms and then get surprised by like 5 huss. 7 huss in queue. Okay, now 5. And canoes being trained even. Another caravel trained from minimoult, so he's really trying to fight sea. This is going to be the 5th bank to go up here for minimoult. And only 2 cannons in queue right now. I don't think he's going to get a 3rd out. He only got 2 cannons. A little bit unfortunate there. I think it would have been nice to get a 3rd one out. Oh my gosh, and all of the skirmishers getting caught. At least he knows he needs to protect his cannons, but losing probably 8 skirmishers here, that's really big for essentially free. And yeah, he's got to find a way to deal with these hussars. And looking at the eco, 73 to 50 to 49. And now we got 5 hussars running around. These 2 cannons are not able to push like you would want them to early on. Reuter's popping out though, and gonna get a really nice catch on the hussars. Ooh. More Reuters being trained, and veteran hussars out for Ezad now. Ooh, even building an outpost here. Not able to do anything with the 2 cannons yet. It feels a little bit rough, kind of just idling. What was that? 900 resources, or I mean 1,800 resources. Or I don't even know what I'm saying. I can't. 1,000 resources. 1,000 resources idled for a long time. 1 frig popping out for Ezad actually. Cannons taking out the outpost here. Oh, this frig. We get the big crack shot onto the cannons, taking 1 cannon out immediately. Oh, but we do have a frig out for minimoult now. And just like a 3rd cannon coming out would have been so much more different than 2 cannons. Uh-oh, the Reuter's getting snared here and a lot of dragoons. And it's just so hard to fight against docks with, you know, boats in there. You just get such an advantage when you're the one defending at sea compared to the one fighting, like putting the aggression on. Looking at the recalculated eco. 80 economic population to 52 here. And we have 3 very low HP caravels. Oh, and these caravels are gonna freaking melt here. 3 extremely low HP caravels. And that is rough, losing 3 caravels very quickly there. And it looks like minimoult's pretty much losing C here as the 2nd frig on the field here for Ezad. And looks like Portuguese claims the water. Always so tough to win sea versus ports. Dragoons moving in for Ezad here. And yeah, just looking at the recalculated eco, 87 to 54, a massive difference. And Portuguese with 3 TCs. So not looking so great for minimoult right now. Shipping bank card, which will allow him to build one more bank. Trying to continue to increase that eco. Ooh, and perhaps even taking out the artillery foundations as it's just close enough to the water to get killed here. It looks like. And the villager gap is just going to grow even larger with Portuguese having 3 town centers. Infantry combat coming in for minimoult and economic theory for Ezad here. And while Ezad now going H4 behind this. So Ezad looking to be pretty comfortable here. Reuters moving forward, going to meet the goons. And that score gap is just growing larger and larger each second here. Minutemen being called to push back the Reuters. And Dragoon combat being shipped here for Ezad. As more Dragoons join the mix. Do we have cavalry combat out for minimoult? And a couple Dutch villagers going down here as Ezad hits the industrial age right now. And minimoult sees the industrial age as he's getting pushed and taps out, calls the GG. So, well played by Ezad. Ezad going up 2-0 in the best of 5. Minimoult's going to have to make something happen in game 3 to keep the series alive. Alright guys, we're getting into game 3 here in this best of 5. Ezad currently up 2-0. Minimoult's got to make something happen. Game 3 is going to be played on Fraser River. And let's go ahead and spin the wheel for minimoult. Let's see what civilization minimoult gets here in game 3. Minimoult getting the India civilization. And let's go ahead and spin the wheel for Ezad. Let's see what civ Ezad gets here in game number 3. Ezad getting the Spanish. Alright, so both players still have their civ respin available. Let's see if either of them use it. Let me get that respin. Minimoult using the civ respin doesn't want to play as India, so let's go ahead and respin the wheel for Minimoult. See what civ Minimoult gets here in game 3. Minimoult getting the British civilization. Pretty sick respin. Yeah, that was a pretty good respin. Going versus Ezad Spain. Instead of doing India versus Spain, it's going to be British versus Spain. So I think that is a pretty good respin. Alright, here we go. Getting game 3 here on Fraser River between Minimoult and Ezad. Ezad currently up 2-0 in this best of 5. We are in the round of 32. Minimoult's got to make something happen in this game to stay alive. Alright, as we're loading in here. We have Ezad in the blue playing as the Spanish civilization, and minimoult in the orange playing as the British civilization. Looks like we got a coin start. So we'll see if minimoult goes for the age 1 hunting dogs here, which you would typically expect here with the coin start. And Ezad finding a 50 food right away, just going to sharp shot it. Minimoult finding a 20 coin, which will help him get that hunting dogs a little bit quicker. And also finding a bear treasure, a 40 wood treasure. And Ezad hurting his second hunt, but not pretty sloppy. Killing the second one pretty far away, a lot of walking time for this villager here. I don't think you really need to hurt that second hunt either. Does he have a... I'm not sure if he had auto TC there or not. So, minimoult getting that hunting dogs, working on his manor. And Ezad picking up a 90 coin treasure. And let's take a look. Looks like minimoult's working on 110 coins, so that's a nice one there. Looks like he will be able to get this for free. He's a little bit scared of Ezad potentially being nearby, but Ezad's on the other side of the world here, picking up native treasure. And that's a really nice treasure to get. Native, always very good. Let's take a look at these players' decks, see what they're working with here. Minimoult, pretty standard stuff here. And so you look at Ezad's deck, see what he's got. And pretty standard himself. He does have an ATP card that he could decide to choose, as there is 4 trading posts here on this map. But I believe, yeah, there are 2 separate TP lines. Still a lot of trading posts to claim. And minimoult now going to be picking up a 50 food treasure. Nope, getting a little bit sloppy with hurting. Nice. Good job not to finish killing that deer there. And a little bit of villagers or explorers meeting one another, both going for a coin treasure at the same time, like right next to each other. Ezad now on his way up to H2. Minimoult will be following him shortly. And his dog is at full HP here. Minimoult's just going to try to get out of here. Put some shots into the dog, but going to have to retreat here as the Spanish explorers just behind the dog. So we'll have to see what these players go for here. Maybe seeing Ezad drop down at the trading post soon. No ATP shipped, so we'll have to see what his game plan is here. Usually you see Spanish go up to H3 very early, very quickly, do that fast fortress, and then start putting on some aggression. Looks like he's going to be able to pick off the dog. That's actually quite nice there. Able to kill the dog there. A little bit of a slip up there. It would be nice if Ezad could have kept that dog alive. And we do have ATP in, so Ezad's going for the ATP. Dropping down his first trading post. And minimoult wondering why Ezad stopped the chase. He's going to go look to see what's going on, and does see that trading post is being built there. A couple manors going down for minimoult here. Let's see if minimoult, and yeah, minimoult is going to build a trading post. I like that. Just preventing Ezad from building at least one of them, and now it makes it where like Ezad can't really upgrade this TP line for Stagecoach, since he'd be giving his opponent Stagecoach TP. Explorer pretty low HP, but he should be able to get the TP up. It's going to be close, actually it's going to be very close. I thought the age up was be coming in, but oh my god, it's going to be extremely close, and I don't think he's... Oh, that is so painful. He is now aged, but he has to send a villager. Oh, that's rough. That is definitely a little bit rough there. Just using some walking time here and potentially missing an XP pass. I'm not sure if he missed one or not yet. He will give this XP pass, it looks like, but trading post also getting damaged and moving the outpost right next to this trading post. I like it. With a forward barracks here. So he does get this XP pass. Might have missed a single pass. And Ezad using the villagers to build the other trading posts here. So he's going to have 3 TPs. 700 wood coming in for minimoult here. And actually 700 wood for Ezad. I feel like that's kind of a strange 700 wood. Maybe not. I feel like you'd want to do 700 gold and get up quicker. Because I feel like he's going to be floating a lot of wood here. You just got to mark it up. Unless if he wants to like use it for stagecoach here, he could potentially do like stagecoach, I guess, but slow down his age up and maybe drop a barracks, I suppose. And we do have 5 muskets out and forward manor being built for minimoult. Just get some line of sight here. And we do have barracks going down for Ezad here. And there's that 700 coin for Ezad. And no, also building a trading post here. Since they're much cheaper, why not? Wow, changes villagers' hit points by 50%? My god, that's actually insane. Imagine Aze's villager rush like strategy on this map with this upgrade. Like French villagers would actually be like insane. That could be crazy. Like, wow, that's wild. A lot of muskets across the map here for minimoult. And Ezad is about to start aging up. It is a slow age up. And this tower, I think, is just going to get killed. Oh, and a lot of 5 villagers shipped to it, unfortunately. So 1 villager goes down immediately. And at least a second. Oh, so close. I think that one guy's going to get away. But a little bit of a slip up there for Ezad, losing 1 villager. And some idle walking time here. Almost losing a second. And this outpost is going down right away. It's kind of a strange location, to be honest. If it was next to this trading post, then it would be like really difficult to kind of siege it down because you'd have like the ATP firing and the trading post firing, and then just potentially like dogs and like exploring dogs. But with just the outpost by itself, it becomes a much easier target. And minimoult's committed to the H2. He's pushing with muskets. And the dogs are attacking the muskets here. And yeah, this is actually a pretty, this is a little bit unfortunate for Ezad. He's kind of forced to take this fight because this barracks is very far forward. So, Ezad didn't really want to fight yet as he's still like advancing, but he had to like start an engagement there to stop the barracks from getting killed. So, not the best trade for Ezad as he was kind of forced to fight. And he's going to kind of be forced to go back in, otherwise he's going to lose his barracks. And 5 more muskets popping in. I think dogs are being trained right now. Yep, 5 dogs, 4 dogs. And it's actually going to push back minimoult though. Oh, but minimoult coming in with now some hus. And regrouping here, but Ezad's now up to H3, so he's got his own hus. All villagers hanging out a little bit too long there, perhaps. Nope, getting back safely. Minutemen being called for Ezad, so this is a pretty good hold, but more reinforcing muskets for minimoult. And there is a lot of British muskets here. Explorers gotta get on that front line, start tanking. 1 shipment is available for Ezad, really needs to send that. I don't know if he has anything on the way right now. More dogs being trained here, and it's crazy what the kind of Spanish can hold, really, while like aging.
I am sorry, I may not
Like, Azad's actually holding this, like, fine. He held the rush, and now he's... Yeah, like, minimoult has to just completely retreat. Lancer's on the way here. I think Azad could have really forced that fight, to be honest. But looking at the recalculated eagle, 45-26, there's Stagecoach on this TP line. So maybe that's like 37 to like 46 or so. We do have his shipments available here for Azad. I think he has one on the way. Maybe not. 5 more muskets being trained here for Azad. And he's going to have a pretty scary army. Imagine like cannons. He's got to send that shipment. Maybe he does have one on the way. Or he's just not sending a shipment. Villagers may go down here though. Oh. This forward barracks is definitely unfortunate though for Azad. And he's kind of out of position. He really should probably just fight this, but it feels bad. Just having him rebuild a barracks when with a low equal Spain is kind of unfortunate. And shipping rods out of all shipments. A little bit strange there. Cannons could have been nice, but didn't want to get overrun by hussars, I suppose. $48 villagers to 29. And you're going to start working on the trading post here. Ooh, this could be a massive raid, however. Hussars finding the villagers here. Very nice raid here from minimoult. Azad being forced to respond here. Going to try to get a surround though. He could get a really good surround on these hussars. I believe one villager went down there. Lancer's trying to connect the snares and the rats and get up there. Oh, another. Oh my god, the cannons are caught by hussars here, and that is massive. Both cannons going down for free there. And Azad just taps out after losing that. He thinks sees that it's just over, I suppose. Definitely a big slip up. He was looking okay kind of before that, but yeah, that is rough, losing the 2 cannons there for free. Game 3 on minimoult. Alright, game 4 going to be played on Arizona. Let's go ahead and spin the wheel for minimoult. Let's see what civ minimoult gets here in game number 4. Minimoult getting the German civilization. Let's go ahead and spin the wheel for Azad. Let's see what Azad gets here in game number 4. Azad getting the Sioux civilization. So minimoult did use his only civ respin while Azad still has his civ respin available. And Azad is up 2-1. Alright, here we go. We're getting into this is game 4 between minimoult and Azad. Azad currently up 2-1. Minimoult's got to win another one here to tie up the series. Try to put us to the game 5. We're playing on Arizona, and we have minimoult playing as Germans, Azad playing as the Sioux civilization. Alright, up in the top, minimoult in the orange, playing as the German civilization. Down the bottom, we have Azad in the green, playing as the Sioux civilization. Going to be picking up a 30 food immediately. And take a look at the crate star. Looks like just a 100 wood start here for the German civilization. So they're just going to have to be able to just build a house in age 1, and that's it. Finding a Cherokee rifleman. We'll have to see if minimoult goes for this guy. He does indeed. And Azad picking up a 75 food treasure. That's Sioux Explorer racing across the map here. And I think somebody asked in the chat, will matches be available afterwards? Yep, you can always go back and watch the Twitch streams. The VODs are recorded, and I'll probably highlight these series so that I can like also put them up onto YouTube. And then I think when you highlight them, they're saved on Twitch like forever. So I'll try to highlight all the series. Zod picking up a Coyote here. Minimoult did get his Cherokee Rifleman. So not a whole lot going on. The players just been gathering their food, go up to H2. And Minimoult most likely be going for that train post in transition. But yeah, like I said, there was just 100 wood starts, so all he was able to do was build a house. So he's with German, you want to build a TP, but you also want to build a market and get hunting dogs. So German's gonna have to be gathering a lot of wood here in transition after they start aging. 60 food treasure here to help out with Minimoult's age up. And let's take a look at these players' decks here, see if they got anything special. Pretty standard stuff here. And Azad, yep, pretty standard for the most part. Yeah, not a whole lot going on now. Both players just shipping their villagers here. And yep, this will be the last series of the day. There's going to be a lot of tournament series being streamed over this weekend, and potentially some tomorrow. You guys can take a look on the ESOC forums for the schedule. Kind of schedule gets updated kind of as we go on a daily basis. But we're moving through the bracket pretty well, actually, for it being a Wednesday. We already have quite a few series played, so that's nice. There's a lot of series in the first round. There's 16 series to play, so it's good that we're moving through it pretty well before the weekend starts. And we've got a TP being built for Azad as he's on his way up to H2 here. Also building a trading post, and Minimoult starting his own trading post. So let's see what strategy Minimoult goes here for. He's building a market here back at home, playing it pretty standard. It's going to be an interesting matchup, German versus Sioux. It can be a little bit of a tricky one. Not quite sure how German plays this. A lot of times you will see German players build like a forward tower and do like a rush. Since I think a lot of people say this is perhaps Sioux favored. It's a unique matchup for sure. Zod aging up with the 400 wood politician. And he's got 2 TPs here. Market. And we do have a stable going down here for Azad. Cherokee getting snared here by the Sioux Explorer. And Minimoult getting game saw here, so yeah, like I said, it was just 100 wood starts, so we had to build that one house in age 1, and then still gather 200 wood for a trading post, and then gather for a market and hunting dogs and steel traps and place mines. So it is a lot of wood for Minimoult to be gathering. So he decided to research game saw, which is kind of nice. And it looks like he's playing it. Well, he did build barracks. Chipped 3 sellers, and he's got 2 Ulans here. Cherokee does go down there. And Zod chipping the villagers as his first shipment here. Yeah, that's the 5 villagers. It's just bugged in the UI here, it looks like. I believe. Or is that 4 villagers? I don't know, did they change? I think they changed it recently. I think it's 5 villagers. And we got a batch of 4 bow riders. And Great Hunter being shipped for Azad. Interesting one. Villagers gather rate for berries and hunt is increased by 25%. So a bit of an eco card there. Two Ulans getting tracked down by these bow riders. Minimoult did build a second TP. And does have the barracks up. Hasn't produced anything yet. Oh, just a couple pikes actually. 3 pikes, but looks like they're going down. And now Azad building a second trade post of his own. Looks like these 2 Ulans may get caught here by the bow riders. Oh, there's 4 crossbows joining the mix though. Crossbows could get on these bow riders. A lot of bow riders now taking out the German explorer here. A couple wolves attacking the trading post. And actually a second barracks going down for minimoult, so it looks like he's staying H2, and I think he's going to start going bow pikes. I think it looks like he's going to commit to H2 and perhaps just get a big army, maybe try to take out the TP line, get like 4 TP stagecoach, perhaps. As 2 Allens a little bit out of position, pulls them back. It's a good job pulling them back there. And yeah, he shipped 700 wood and built the second barrack, so yeah, it looks like he's all in on this Expo Pike build, I think. Unless if, well, no, I don't know. This is kind of weird. Now he's like, I don't know if he's going to be trying to ship 700 gold. No, it looks like he's committing. He's just kind of floating a lot of food right now. I think I mismacroed a little bit. There's 8 Expo shipments, so yeah, he's ready to go. And 5 pikes for the 5 axe riders here. Bo's getting a nice shot, picking off a bow rider immediately there. Very nice. We're going to have to recalculate eco slightly in favor of minimoult 30 to 28, but there are a couple TPs and this greater hunter at work for Ezad. Oh, a lot of villagers exposed here. Ulan's going for a counter raid though. Could be good. No villagers down yet. Ooh, but now 3 villas exposed over here. A lot of pikes here. I believe there's a first villager going down. This could be really good for minimoult perhaps. 2 villagers do go down, but these Ulans may get a lot of vill kills themselves. And almost got a trap there, but did not. And here we go. Now the Ulan's getting on top of Azad's villagers and going to be able to pick off at least 2 here, I'm going to say. You should hope for at least 2. There we go. There's a second and a third. Almost a 4th. So, I believe Azad lost 3 villagers while minimoult lost 2. Yep. Bull riders are trying to track him down. They'll try and get the snare here with axe riders coming for the flank. But the Ulan's actually just attacking the axe riders here. Bull riders are a little bit behind. But actually a pretty nice, good trade there for minimoult. And now we got a lot of pikes moving forward here. Azad is aging up to H3 here. Minimoult looking to cross the map and push. And he's got a scary army. This could get a little dicey for Azad here. He does have a shipment available, almost 2 shipments, however. And he's about to be H3 right now, so that's going to be really nice. But all of his villagers are like gathering really exposed. 700 wood shipped from minimoult, and he's going to actually follow up and age pretty soon himself, so this is a really good attack from minimoult as he's like going to be aging himself pretty soon. Like I said, still 2 shipments going to be on the way for Azad. A lot of idle villagers here for Azad, and more villas going down. We'll have to see what pops out from TC here for Azad, though. Perhaps get a trap if he gets some strong shipments here and forces a fight. Minimoult not overstaying, though, not overcommitting, playing it really smart. And looking at the recalculate eco at 31 to 24, so 7 vill difference with both players having 2 TPs. That's a pretty big gap. There's 5 axe riders being shipped. There are a lot of pikes. And only a couple bull riders, so we'll have to see how quickly Azad can deal with these pikes. And that is a lot of really strong axe riders, so let's see if Azad takes this fight. But no, he sees too many pikes. He just wants back out, and during the process, he ended up losing almost 3 bull riders. So that was a really good trade for minimoult there. And he's also got 2 Ulans to be annoying with, potentially getting a raid, but looks like Ezad may find them. But 5 vil gap, and minimoult's on his way up to H3. Do have elite Axe Riders research now. It looks like these 2 Ulans are going to get caught, and 5 Rifle Riders being shipped. Ulan's not getting caught here. And Ezad going to have almost another shipment available already after just sending these Rifle Riders. So Ezad's going to have actually a pretty scary counter push here. Minimoult just now hits up to H3. He will send a shipment right away, but pretty smart pulling those villagers back before like the units really get here. That was actually huge if he was forced to take a fight. That was really smart pulling those villagers back there. Just wait for your shipment. Just be extra safe. Pretty scary mass here. Ulan's falling back so they don't get out of position here. But potential minimum call, and there are a lot of pikes. Pikes really got to get on top of all these units. So there's the minimum call, and the shipment's going to be popping. So I mean, this could be a good trade for minimoult. It's hard to say. And there are a lot of upgraded axemen, but there's going to be another shipment arriving any second. Cav combat does come in, and all the army got killed before the shipment arrived. That actually turned out to be really good for Ezad. As I don't know if minimoult sent that shipment as soon as he got H3. It felt like the shipment should have like arrived during the fight, but it's or did he just send it now? It feels like his shipment was delayed. I know when he... Oh, that's why it was delayed. It was a mercenary shipment. So that's why it took extra time. But still, Black Riders, this is actually massive. It's just pure Axe Riders versus Black Riders. And you can try to track these guys down. The speed is, buffed by the Sioux Explorer. That would be huge if the Sioux Explorer was dead. It would have been so much easier to track these down. Oh, don't stop me, slowing down a bit. Really want to track these, both slowing down. Oh, man. Black Rider's not going to intercept them, though, and this could be huge. Like, you get a lot of pickups here. Oh, he keeps stopping. Gotta focus on those guys so much here. It'd be massive finding these Axe Riders. Kind of letting them get away, and that's kind of a really big slip-up, to be honest. You could have really easily killed the Sioux Explorer and just tracked these guys down forever and, like, potentially killed all of them, really. And here's a big counter raid. But also getting a big raid here, minimoult himself, denying this war from going up. Well, he's trying to put every vill on war. The war does go up, but he loses about 2 vills in the process. Some Axe Riders here for a counter raid, though. 3 war wagons are shipped, though, so they're arriving kind of just in time to deal with this raid. This looks like just 1 villager, perhaps a 2nd vill going down to the raid. But it's catching the Axe Riders. Looking at the recalculated eco, minimoult is up by 4 villagers. There's some Joaquina now on the field here. Oh, and they may get some free shots here on the Black Riders. Look very nice. Both players being forced to get pretty far out on the map to gather resources, as resources are pretty far out on Arizona, so. And Ezad moving out across the map here. He does have a good number of Joaquina now. Makes these Black Riders much weaker. But, ooh, 2 Ulans coming in for a raid. And this is the old 2 Ulan raid. This is going to do a lot of damage, at least just causing a lot of idle time. Oh, a little... I guess he retreated. Maybe should have just committed to it and just killed the 1 or 2 vills. But decided to back up, and he did save the Ulans, but... 9 Ulan shipment, interesting. Okay, so he wanted to save them since he was shipping 9 Ulans and upgrading them. Looks like he may want to force a fight with the 9 Ulan shipment, force that snare, and to get these Black Riders to work. Here we go, big engagement about to start. One war wagon going down before the start. Pathing not working out too hot for minimoult here, however. Explorer is on the front line, which is very nice, but a huge mess, honestly, from minimoult here with the units just not getting where they want to be. And now the rest of the army too far behind. Ooh, but here, here we go, going for the counter raid opportunity, and this is very nice. And this is actually really good positioning for minimoult as the skirms are a little bit forward, but now all the anti-cavs are right here. Now pulling the Ulans. They want to back up with the skirms more so, though, however. And there is a lot of army here for Russia, so... Oh! And wow, Azad just actually tapping out there. I guess, yeah, he didn't want to fight it out. I saw, like, Actors melting pretty quickly, the war wagons and Black Riders, so alright. minimoult ties this one up. Well played for minimoult, and we are going game 5 in this best of 5. Alright, game 5 and played on Dhaka. Let's go ahead and spin the wheel for minimoult. Let's see what civilization minimoult gets here in game number 5. Alright, minimoult getting the India civilization. Let's go ahead and spin the wheel for Azad. Azad getting the Aztec civilization. Alright, everybody, we're getting the game 5 here in this best of 5. We're in round 32 of the GUA June 2020 subscriber tournament. We have minimoult versus Azad. This has been a really good series as expected. Game 5 being played on Dhaka. And minimoult playing as the India civilization, Azad playing as the Aztec civilization. Give you airlines. Give you airways. Airways. Alright, so we got minimoult in the orange playing as the Aztec civilization with a coin start. Azad in the red playing as the Aztec civilization. Minimoult scouting about with his elephants, finding a 40 wood treasure here. Let's see if he goes for it. Azad close by. Both players looking for these yaks, it looks like. So Minimoult's going to steal the yak right here, and he does get this one, so really stealing these yaks. Uses the stun on the line and retreats with the yak. Still looking for more here. Azad claiming one yak up top here. And it looks like Azad starting with a market, house, and a fire pit. He's gonna need some treasures to get hunting dollars, I believe. I don't think he has it in queue yet. And he doesn't have any wood or only 14 coin right now, so he's going for a lot here. Actually, it was a wood. It was the gold start, but I have to look. I'm not sure if he has something that was in queue right now or not. He's finding a 40 coin treasure here though. minimoult picking up 20 coin. And yeah, I don't think Azad has hunting dollars in queue. He is finding these treasures now though, and after getting these treasures, there he goes, picks up a 40 wood, and then can pick up this 40 coin and get hunting dollars that way. Minimoult with 5 yaks there, pretty nice. 5 yaks to only 1, I believe, so that's actually really nice. And Azad going to be picking up the 40 coin here. And he will need to gather 10 wood if he's going to get hunting dogs. And he's not, no, looks like he's not going to go for the H1 hunting dogs. And let's see, just a tiger here that minimoult's going to be claiming. There's probably some good treasures over here that minimoult passed up. Yep, an 80 wood, 50 coin there. And also even a 40 wood up there. Ezad now on his way up to H2. Minimoult still a little bit of ways away from starting the age up. Minimoult is going to be getting this 40 wood treasure here. And now his resources to start age in here. Needs to drop down that aggro. There he goes. Just a single villager building the aggro right now. Switching his villagers onto wood here. And also a 100 food treasure there in the middle. Looks like Ezad may be claiming this 40 wood treasure, 40 coin treasure, and converting that tiger. So minimoult's gonna have a bit of a late age up here. Just one villager building the wonder. Ezad almost at like age 2, as minimoult's just approaching less than halfway mark yet. Ezad now with the hunting dogs. And Ezad going for a trading post here. Minimoult's going to be able to get this 100 food, which is pretty nice there. Minimoult now building market. And there is the age up from Ezad with the 2 war huts. Where is he sending them? Looks like he's sending them kind of along the coast. Where it looks like Ezad's plan is to secure this TP line. Battle of animals here. Tiger on tiger and a couple lions versus some elephants here. You guys are watching a nature show right now. As the tiger and lion goes down, and the second lion also going down there. And look at that, 2 war huts right on top of this trading post and the sea here. So Ezad's gonna be working on his second trading post. Meanwhile, Minimoult just now hitting H2 quite late, as he almost has 2 shipments available as he's hitting up to H2. But 5 yaks, definitely nice having that 5 yaks there, helping with that XP. And we'll have to see what Minimoult's going to be going for. A lot of resources in the bank right now. A lot of food he's stacking. Very little gold. And he does see the 2 war huts. Man, if his age up would have been sooner, actually, he could have been like sieging that a little bit sooner and could have actually done quite a bit of damage, perhaps. Minimoult dropping some walls here, and so I think he's actually going to be looking to age, it looks like. You know, pretty defensive aggro. He's got a lot of resources in the bank. And perhaps see like a 600 coin shipment as his first shipment, maybe. Nope, shipping 600 wood, get some infrastructure going. Looks like he's just trying to kind of hold the pressure, actually. Not, so these walls aren't necessarily an age, showing up in age. It's just to hold like an Aztec rush and kind of go from there. But Ezad's playing this really eco-focused with 2 TPs and going to be working on 3rd TP, I believe, soon. While shipping 700 wood and then 5 villagers. He is making some coyotes, though. Holding off on the 3rd TP for now. Consulate going down for minimoults and a house now. Doing a good job dealing with these coyotes here. And there is diplomatic intrigue being shipped for minimoult, so doing pretty standard India stuff here. There's actually a big military force for Ezad, so he's actually staying H2 and putting some aggression on behind this. Villager getting a little bit opposition. Ooh, does get in safely though. Oh, get the elephants there. Gotta pull back the Gurkha. Gurkha a little bit out of position there. Definitely a bit out of position. Could call Minimen here. And that actually wouldn't be. There we go. Oh, giant stun. Minimen do get called, but the snare's too late. And that definitely could have went a lot better for Minimoult, as he needed to pull back the Gurkha a little bit sooner. And and kind of call the Minutemen sooner. Oh, it's rough. It's a double set of Minutemen being wasted. Definitely unfortunate there for minimoult. That could have went significantly different if he just microed that a bit better. But looks like he was kind of prioritizing other things, unfortunately, at the time. So Ezad able to escape there safely. So looking at the eco, minimoult is up 1 villager, but Ezad with 2 trading posts. This is a very nice wall here for minimoult, though. Aggro getting some shots in. 4 sours being shipped here for minimoult. 6 pumas for Ezad, so Ezad's gonna be trying to push the aggro and guard hussars from minimoult. I like that. Need to move the elephants, get these elephants in play too, don't forget about them. And I don't know, I kind of like this for, well, there are a lot of pumas, but it's a lot of times it's very hard to kill an aggro. If minimoult times this right, could potentially get, well, he just called the guard hussar, so I don't think he has enough export for the Minutemen. Although Minutemen, I think they changed them recently. They used to be 200, I believe, and I don't know if they changed the cost. But here we go, minimoult going in, and even a gate being created here, and this is a pretty good push timing. Oh, actually the aggro does go down. Maybe we would have wanted to go a little bit sooner to try to save the aggro. Still a lot of Aztec units here. Hard to say which way this one's going though. The Gurkha's getting in a lot of work though. But still now a lot of coyotes still on the field here and more mace reinforcing. And the aggro is now down, and that's it. minimoult calling the GG and tapping out here. And Ezad taking this series, very close series, taking it 3-2. So very well played by both these players. Appreciate both these guys signing up for a tournament and putting on a good show for everybody here. And Ezad will be moving on to the round of 16, where it looks like he'll be facing Kaiser. It's Kaiser. They will take a chance to watch and get some notes here. Take some notes on Ezad. Alright guys, that's going to be it for this video here. I'm going to wrap this one up. And thanks for watching guys. I will see you in the next one.